jerked awake. She glanced at the window, afraid of what she would see. Yet it revealed nothing but a dark night. Their back, she thought anxiously. A week ago, the girl awoke to find that somebody had sprayed painted loops with scribbles of blue and red on the garage door. Mom thought it was a rival gang at first, maybe trying to intimidate the girl's brother clan. But the girl wasn't so sure. She had never seen gang graffiti like this. Usually it was only one color, and they would write out just a letter and a number, like the X4 she had seen in the bathroom stall at school. If they used lots of colors, it would be a painted nickname in cool, bubbly letters, like the ones under the bridge on her walk home. This looked nothing like that graffiti. She thought it was silly at the time, but the next morning, as Mom was leaving for work, she noticed something lying across the top of the driveway. It was a long wooden board with nails poking through it, sharp side up. It was a good thing Mom noticed, because it would have popped all of her tires for sure. The girl was anxious about it, though nothing bad had happened. The events were strange, more than anything. But Mom said she'd ask her boyfriend to stay over the next night to keep him safe. That made the girl feel a little better, but something had happened that night too. The girl thought of all the globs of white on his shiny BMW were just bird poop. It looked like a whole flock of giant birds just unloaded their intestinal burdens right on his car on purpose. Since the girl didn't like him much, it made her laugh. Mom's boyfriend got mad and cursed a lot. Though the globs turned out to be paint remover, he had to get the whole car repainted. Somehow, targeting a full-grown man like that made a girl more frightened than anything else. It didn't feel like teenage pranksters anymore, nor gang rivalry. At the present, she was worried she couldn't be able to hear anything even if someone was right outside the door, because her heart was pounding so hard in her ears. She strained to listen for another sound anyway. And her eyes darted to the source of the noise, realized it was coming from her brother's bedroom, which shared a wall with the living room. They're probably doing it. She cringed in discomfort. Her brother and his girlfriend were supposed to be watching her. She didn't really need a babysitter, but Mom's boyfriend didn't want to come over anymore. Mom had night classes and wouldn't let the girl stay alone, since someone kept messing with the house. The girl turned the volume up on the TV to drown them out. She'd fallen asleep watching Nickelodeon, but now the old show in black and white was on. She considered just going to bed, but her room was upstairs and the staircase was dark. Laughing and talking from sitcom was comforting. She could just fall asleep on the couch and Mom would put her in her bed when she got home. By the time the episode ended, the thumping in her brother's room was long gone. Now he was playing his rap tapes, even though she liked the music, and she'd even steal his Walkman when he was out of the house and listen to them. The deep, shuddering bass penetrated her heart at night and set her on the edge. It would be less overwhelming if she was upstairs, so she resigned herself in the brave darkness to try and fall asleep in her bed. As she rose to the couch to turn off the TV, she thought she got a glimpse of a flash of light from outside. She froze. A car? Their house is against a hill, so the living room windows looked out on mostly sky and treetops, not roads or sidewalks. It couldn't be a car. Lightning? But there had been a cloud in the sky all day, and she's convinced herself that she met it. And the girl saw the light again. It was a flashlight. Someone was walking through the yard below their back deck. Their lamp flicked through the trees as the figure stepped over the larger logs and stumps. She could see the man by the dim light coming through the window in which stood. It was definitely a man with a big, broad back and long legs stomping through the brush, edging closer and closer to the shed by the propane tank. When she stopped and sat down the pack he was carrying, the girl jumped back and turned, running to her brother's room. She glanced at the splintered hole that he had kicked in the door for a moment, reconsidered. But someone was outside of their house and she didn't know what else to do. The girl knocked, waited, knocked again, knocked louder, and finally she heard footsteps coming to her to the closed door. Her brother threw open the smelly wall of smoke at her face. It wasn't like his room usually smelled, but weirdly sweet smell. Like it skunk, but not bad. This is more like when Mom cleaned the oven, or like letter blocks, both at the same time. What do you want? There's someone outside. Shit! Mom's home? No, it's not Mom. I think it's like last time. The girl started to cry. Her brother was being stupid. His eyes were red, and his girlfriend was just lying there in bed doing nothing. There was someone outside their house. She wished Mom was here. Someone's outside? Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you, the girl sobbed. Her brother pulled out his red and black plaid jacket and clumsily pushed her aside. He strode into the living room, the window, and looked down the hill. The girl followed. She could see the man down there, crouched over his pack. He was trying to hide. He pulled out something out of his pack, something long and shiny like a handsaw. It was a handsaw. The girl pressed her face in the glass to see better. Hey, I see you, motherfucker. I'm gonna call the cops. Her brother shouted. His barely post-pubescent voice cracked on the last word. The man leapt and dropped the saw before the girl's brother could shout anything else. The man was sprinting up the hill, begun a road, running at an angle to get away from the house. The girl's brother turned on his heels and burst out the door. Just as the girl was starting to worry about her brother had found the man had heard him. Her brother came back to the door, sweating, pale, and out of breath. He's gone. Are you sure? Yeah. Do you think he'll come back? I don't fucking know, right? Alright, just go to bed. The girl went upstairs to her room, but she couldn't sleep. She sat on her bed until she saw the headlights in her window that announced Mom's return, then crept to the landing outside her room and listened to her brother tell Mom what happened. Jesus, Mom sighed when she heard the story. Thank God you guys are okay. Yeah. What do you think? Don't look at me like that, Mom. It wasn't because of me. I didn't say it was, Joseph. I don't know who else could have been doing this, or why. What if it was just some punks trying to scare you? He wasn't trying to scare us, he was trying to blow up the house. The house wouldn't have blown up. It was just caused a leak, that's all. Cost us a fortune to have it fixed, but maybe a tank refilled. Maybe the spark from the blade would have started the fire, but it wouldn't have blown us up. I'll check it out tomorrow. Maybe he didn't know that. He was trying to blow us up. They went quiet. The girl tiptoed to her bed and crawled under the covers so that when Mom came in to check on her, she would have thought girl was deeply asleep. But she didn't sleep at all that night. Mom said the tank was properly fine in the next morning, but she could smell the propane and called a professional to come because to make sure it wasn't a leak. It was Saturday, so Mom made French toast for the girl and Joseph. Joseph's girlfriend was sleeping. The phone rang. Mom left it in and was a mount on the wall. Hello? Her face went cold. The girl's dad must have been on the other line and asked her how she was. The girl guessed because Mom said fine, but she said in a high-pitched voice that betrayed her words. Mom would never lie except when she said fine, and it was always in that tone. The girl's dad wanted to come over and borrow some tools from the shed. Mom didn't say anything about that last night and the other nights. The girl knew Mom was afraid that he would use the information in court to make her seem like an unfit mother. He did that when the girl got lice from school and said that Mom wasn't home to clean enough. Mom's house was always clean. The girl's dad arrived in his big white Chevy truck soon after they finished breakfast. He walked into the house and like he lived in there. He swooped up the girl into his big, broad shoulders, and the girl wrinkled her nose on the odd smell of a thick jean jacket that had mangled, with its usual scent of sawdust and cigarette. Mom gave him a cup of coffee, black. He talked about the garage door and said that it was gang-related for sure, and he shot Joseph a nasty look. I don't think so, Mike. I haven't seen graffiti like that before. Well, I have, and I think you know what to do about it, Mike said. Looking accusingly at Joseph again, Joseph got up and went to his room. Yeah, I do, said Mom. We repaint. Mike offered to help and said that he'd be back tomorrow with a roller and a bucket of paint, but now he had to leave. So he went out to the door and hiked down the trail to the shed. The girl went outside. When he was back up in the truck, he said goodbye. He was lifting a pack into the passenger seat, and she saw something shiny sticking through the open zipper. What's that? A saw. I'm helping someone with a project today. You don't have one of those? I did. I must have left it here last time I visited. They locked eyes for a moment. The girl tried not to let her thoughts show on her face. She wasn't sure what she thought anyway. She felt like she did when she was taking a test at school and she knew the answer to the question, but she couldn't pull it out of her memory. Her dad broke his gaze first, smirked, and climbed into the truck. He didn't look at her again. As he turned the truck around in the driveway, I chugged in the Pagana Road, but that smell of his jacket lingered in the girl's pajamas, the distinct smell of propane.